Nathan, after an important win at the weekend, what has been the focus in training?
Same as it always has been, you know. It was a big win, a really big win for lots of reasons, but it's a tough place to go to all throughout my managerial career. I mean, ironically, I've never lost there, but I've never had an easy game, and you've always had to do the basics very well, and you've got to show more quality than the opposition to win the game, and I think that's probably what we did. And we limit them to sort of very little, and then we probably had one or two chances where the keeper made a good save, got us hit the post, but it was a game of little chances, or not a plethora of chances, but I felt we came out on top in that, and that was the important thing.
And Tyrese Campbell returned to the side on Saturday after missing the previous game. Did he come through the game okay?
Yeah, he got a dead leg early, he got some treatment early on, which, you know, we can obviously expect. But he's dusted down, he's trained all week, so he's fine. But yeah, look, really important to get him back. Really, he was the difference on the day, if you like. Well, saying he's the difference, he was the difference in sort of the quality, but everything else we still had to do a load of other stuff to have got the win.
Any fresh injury concerns from Saturday at all?
No, not really. Look, we've got some bumps and bruises, which you'd expect after a League One game, and especially this stage of the season with the pitches like they are. So look, we've just had to dust everyone down and make sure that we go in physically and mentally in the best place possible for this Easter weekend.
How far away are we from seeing Lloyd Jones back available for selection?
Well, a lot closer than we were last week. You know, Lloyd's in recovered really well. So you know, we're hoping to have him back over the weekend for the game.
Ibrahim Fuller signed a new long-term contract with the club this week. What sort of talent does he have?
Well, like I said, when we announced it, he's just part of a conveyor belt of talent that the academy produce. We have a wonderful academy. We embrace that academy, as you have seen, one throughout my tenure here, but even before me. But sort of my tenure here, we've got 6 or 7 that play in our first team. You know, Micah and Vic as well coming into the fold last weekend, and then it's really important that we keep producing these players, because we want to be, you know, self-funded. We want people with the DNA of Charlton Athletic. They come from the area. They understand from an early age what's expected, and now that we have that sort of real continuity right throughout all age groups in terms of how we play them, you know, by the time they get onto my radar, they are ready-made, and that's what Ibrahim is.
Elsewhere, you've been nominated for League One Manager of the Year. How did you feel when you heard that news? Very
proud. You know, it's always, you can play down these moments and say, well, it's a team thing, but, you know, and everything, which it is, but I'm very proud, you know, to be nominated in that category. I've been very fortunate enough to win it before in the Championship, and it's just a recognition for a wide range of work, not just that I do, but that other people do. But other people, you know, do real good work at the football club so that I can look quite good. So that's why we bring them into the club. But I'm very proud. And the big thing for me is you know, to be nominated at such an early, you know, stage. Last year we came in and we had to we had to stop the bleeding, if you like. And then this year we've been able to implement stuff that we want to. So to be competing against people that have been at clubs a lot longer, it shows that we're in a good place, and I'm very proud of that, because that's a body of work, it's not just mine, you know.
Looking ahead to Friday now and the visit Northampton Town, what sort of tests will they pose?
Stern, you know, Kev Nolan, great to see Kev back, good mate of mine, Kev, and we had some, you know, mammoth battles when he was at Notts County, and his team it'll be very difficult, you know, very difficult test. We know that. He's done really well since he's gone in there. I knew he would, because, you know, he knows how to galvanise and to get the best out of people. People want to play for him because of how he is as a human. So it's a very tough game.
Early in the season, we beat Northampton Town 5-0. What impact, if any, will that have on Friday's game?
I have no idea. On us, it won't. We went, got, you know, a really much needed, very good 3 points on the day. We were the better side, and we have to do that again. You know, I'm sure it'll be a sterner test, but all we can concentrate on is what we can do. I have no idea what Northampton are going to do and what and their mindset coming into the game. But us, we want to win. We want and need to win the game.
Terry Taylor is on loan at Northampton Town. He won't be available for Friday. What have you made of his loan spell?
It's been a very good one, which I knew it was. You know, when we ticked his options, and Terry's a real good 6 in terms of how he plays. I knew how Kev plays and how he would, and I knew Kev would get the best out of him. So for me, when he was asked, I didn't push him in that way. I advised him that I felt that was going to be a good one with certain other players that they had there. I felt it was going to be productive, and it's been productive. And Terry, I knew Terry would do well there because he's a great lad. He's a very good footballer, and he's done very well for them.
It's looking like Friday's attendance will be the highest at the Valley for an Easter game since 2009. What impact does that increased support at the Valley have on the players?
Well, we hope it's a real positive one. We hope we can then marry that up with a performance that gives them something to be really vocal about, and with that amount and with the energy that they are providing at the minute, then we hope it can be a catalyst for a real good result.